Some universal genres and styles of music. Chapter 1. Some music genres are popular everywhere. Big band music websites. dws.org/Sousa, John Philip Sousa, American composer, conductor, and patriot. ASBETA.com, American School Band Directors Association. APASSION4JAZZ.net/IAJE.html, International Association for Jazz Education. memory.loc.gov/mm/cum/html/cumhome.html, band music from the Civil War era. buglesacrossamerica.org, Bugles Across American. Choral music websites. acdaonline.org, American Choral Directors Association, ACDA. musicanet.org/en/index.php, Musica, the international database of choral music. choralnet.org/indexn.shtml, ChoralNet, the Internet Center for Choral Music. chorusamerica.org, Chorus America. choristersguild.org, the Choristers Guild from Garland, TX. An ecumenical organization of church choir directors of children's and youth choirs and publishers of music and related materials. cpdl.org/wiki/index.php/main_page, the Choral Public Domain Library. Country music websites. countrymusichalloffame.org, Country Music Hall of Fame. ibma.org, IBMA International Bluegrass Music Association. Electronic music websites. SeamusOnline.org, Seamus, Society for Electroacoustic Music in the United States. kw.tu-berlin.de/menu/home, Institute für Sprache und Kommunikation, Fachgebiet Kommunikationswissenschaft. ak.tu-berlin.de/studio/e_index.html, Electronic Music Studio 2 Berlin. emdoku.de/mintro-e.html, the International Documentation of Electroacoustic Music. semi.music.unt.edu, SEMI, Center for Experimental Music and Intermedia. Film music websites. filmmusicsociety.org, Film Music Society. Folk music websites. contemplator.com/folk.html, folk music of England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and America. bodley.ox.ac.uk/ballads/ballads.htm, Bodleian Library Broadside Ballads. contemplator.com, folk song site, folk song lyrics, MIDI files, etc. loc.gov/folklife, Library of Congress, American Folklife Center. popmusic.mtsu.edu, Center for Popular Music. Middle Tennessee State University. lib.unc.edu/mss/sfc1, Southern Folklife Collection. wku.edu/libraries/dlsc/manuscripts/index.php, Folklife Archives at Western Kentucky University. aca-dla.org, Digital Library of Appalachia. csufresno.edu/folklore/balladsearch.html, the Traditional Ballad Index. chivalry.com/cantaria, Cantaria, a library of traditional and contemporary folk songs, mostly from Ireland, Scotland, and England. Instrumental websites. composersforum.org, American Composers Forum. astaweb.com, American String Teachers Association. chopin.org, Chopin Foundation. classical.com, classical.com, extensive resources on classical music, especially for download/purchase. classicalnotes.co.uk/home.html, classical notes. ele.uri.edu/faculty/sun/cgcl.html, classical guitar composers list. caipirina.com/film/modulation/timeline.html, electronic music timeline. guitarfoundation.org, Guitar Foundation of America. idrs.colorado.edu, International Double Reed Society. mola-inc.org/index.html, Major Orchestra Librarians Association. musiclibraryassociation.org, Music Library Association. nao.org.uk, National Association of Youth Orchestras, British-based. fsc.bme.hu/opera/main.html, orchestra listings. artswire.org/artsites/music.html, orch list, a very comprehensive listing of orchestras. musicaandarts.com/historicalclassical.html, historical classical recordings. icsom.org, International Conference of Symphony and Opera Musicians. classiccat.net, ClassICat, classical music downloads. Jazz and blues websites. dlib.indiana.edu/collections/Hoagie, the Hoagie Carmichael Collection, Indiana University. allaboutjazz.com/php/news.php?ID=15110, all about jazz. Musical theater websites. musicals.net, musicals.net. scpnet.com/rkramer/musicals.htm, cult film site for musicals. mdeshows.com, Music Theater International. musicals101.com, Musicals 101. afm-tma.org, Theater Musicians Association. americanmusicals.com, American Musical Theater Reference Library. annieorphans.com, Annie Orphans page. castalbumdb.com, Cast Album Database. castalbums.org/index.html, cast recordings FAQ, includes a database. ccs.neu.edu/home/tower/lyrics.html, tower lyrics archive. donlink.com/musicals, original rock musicals. eur.com/musicals/index.htm, musical cast album database, extensive listings. Faust.cc, Goethe's Faust die Rockoper, yes it too is true. Furious.com/perfect/industrialmusicals.html, the history of industrial musicals, incredible topic. goodspeed.org/about.aspx?ID=220, Goodspeed Musical Theater Library. levieshetmusic.msc.jhu.edu, Lester S. Levy Collection of Sheet Music at Johns Hopkins U. light-opera-works.org/links.html, musical theaters and opera companies listed by state. local802afm.org, American Federation of Musicians, Local 802, New York. lyrics.ch/search.html, lyrics search. mdeshows.com, Music Theater International. musical.cz, Czech Republic Musicals page. musicals.nu, musicals.nu. musicals.ru/site/eng.php, Russian musicals, site is in English and Russian. musicaltheatre.org.uk, definitive musical theatre website. namt.net, National Alliance for Musical Theatre. notanw.com/shows_l, musical theatre show reference. notanw.com/list_of_shows_index/index.htm, guide to musical shows, lists 700 musicals available for production. newyorkmf.org, the New York Musical Theatre Festival. orlok.com/popejoan.html, Pope Joan. parlorsongs.com, Parlor Songs Association. rnh.com, Rogers and Hammerstein Theatre Library. stmary's.edu/tilde-j-hobgood/jill/musicals.html, musical theatre, hope pages of specific musicals. samuelfrench.com/index.html, Samuel French. slumdance.com/batboy, Batboy, the musical. sondheimreview.com, the Sondheim Review, great journal and online resource. tams-witmark.com, Tams, Whitmark Music Library, Inc. Listings of performance companies. Sacred music websites. choristersguild.org, ccel.org, Christian Classics Ethereal Library, online books in the public domain. lutheran-hymnal.com, lutheranhymnal.com. cyberhymnal.org, cyberhymnal. ehymnal.com, the electronic hymnal. lectionary.library.vanderbilt.edu, the Revised Common Lectionary, from Vanderbilt Divinity University, includes text of the Scriptures. pcusa.org/devotions/lectionary/lectionary-list.htm, lectionary readings from the Presbyterian Church, USA. catholic-resources.org/lectionary/index.html, the Roman Catholic Lectionary for Mass. Setauket.com/lectionary/calendar.htm, calendar of the Church year according to the Episcopal Church. canticaNova.com/pln_main.htm, Cantica Nova's liturgical planning guide. morningstarmusic.com, Morningstar Publishers Liturgical Planning Guide. hymntune.library.uiuc.edu/about/history.asp, hymntune index. oldharp.org, Old Harp Singing in East Tennessee. fasola.org, Sacred Harp Singing. fasola.org/index/0index.html, Sacred Harp Online Index. mcsr.olemis.edu/mudws/harp.html, Sacred Harp Singing. Chapter 2. Music by Period. 20th and 21st Century Music. ams-net.org/ddm/index.php, doctoral dissertations in music. 19th Century Music. ams-net.org/ddm/index.php, doctoral dissertations in music. Münchener Digitalisierungszentrum.de/index.html, C =Kurzausswahl and ADR =MDZ1.bib/DB/Ausgaben/uni_Ausgabe.html, project =12168091160, digitization of Felix Mendelssohn first editions. sims.berkeley.edu/mkduggan/nih.html, 19th century California sheet music. 17th and 18th century music. sscm-jscm.press.uiuc.edu, the Journal of 17th Century Music, JSCM. arts.uci.edu/sscm, the Society for 17th Century Music homepage, SSCM. ams-net.org/ddm/index.php, doctoral dissertations in music. mailists.uci.edu/mailman/listynfo/sscm-l. bach-cantatas.com, Bach cantatas page. mu.qub.ac.uk/tilde-tomitas/Bach-bib, Bach bibliography, for the global community. dme.mozart.tum.at/dme/nma/start.php?l=2, Nui Mozart Ausgabe, Digital Mozart Edition in English. beethoven-haus.bonn.de, the Beethoven House in Bonn. stsu.edu/Beethoven, the Beethoven Center. Early Music. music.indiana.edu/tml/start.html, Thesaurus Musicarum Latinarum, Latin music theory databases at the University of Indiana. diamem.ac.uk, Digital Image Archive of Medieval Music, DIAM, Arts and Humanities Research Board in the United Kingdom. ams-net.org/ddm/index.php, doctoral dissertations in musicology.